From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store, as it'll be the LA Chargers taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Here's the former Utah Ute Matt Gay to get this one started. And we are underway from Cincinnati. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go, set. Yellow, switch, set.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. Now he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, against the pass, they've had some issues, ranked number 23 in the NFL right now.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Second and 11. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
And this is an offense that's number one in the NFL in rushing, and you know that has to be the focus of any game plan defensively. But they can throw it, too, as evidence right there. And they move the chains here on this opening drive.
And he can only manage to get a couple. Second and 8 coming up. The Bengals at 5-8, 3 games under 500. And whatever promise they had to start the season fully evaporated now as they come in losers of 6 straight.
Well, you know what they often say, winning breeds winning, but unfortunately, the flip side of that can be true as well, because this is a club in desperate need of a spark out of somewhere. A big play on offense, turnover, takeaway on defense, something to get them pointed in the right direction. They need it quickly.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Call it a gain of a yard, and that will bring up second down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area, that they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Ready, ready. Black 40. Watch out now. 50 Fury. Ready.
They'll set up the throw. This one complete to Coleman. And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal tackle made at the 9. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Down. Ready.
Here's the option. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Bengals will jump on top of the game's first score here this afternoon.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Here's Herbert. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So Charles already down 7-0 early. They opt to take a shot there on the first play of scrimmage, but that plan backfires.
That feels a little bit like last week's loss lingering into this game, doesn't it? You know, you're down 7 already. You lost last week. It's almost like they were trying to get it all back in one shot, trying to take a big chunk play right out of the gate.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A good pickup there, 22. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Come on, Stat.
They're going to look to throw. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
On 2nd and goal, here's the option. And he's in. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Bengals lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offense coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
9-yard line.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
Herbert now. And his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Ready. 33. Yellow. Ultra. Check.
They go play action here on first down. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go. 5, 90, red, 30, cut.
They'll look to throw. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Down the right sideline. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals take a 3-touchdown lead. 1 point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away.
Jordan Mason on the return. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
From the 35, here's the 2nd down and 6. Now it's Herbert. A short one there to Freiermuth. He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite an excellent display of footwork. Here's 3rd and 3. Back to throw here, Herbert. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
A short one there to Freiermuth. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive there. He hits the reliable target. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. So here's a 3rd and 14. Out of the gun, Herbert. And that is incomplete. The pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
Yellow. Ready?
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
That was a good forceful run, and it demonstrates why you've got to put your body on a runner when you're trying to tackle him. If you just go in there and just try and get him down with arm tackles, usually doesn't work very well, and we saw on that play, he'll run right through those attempted plays.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 41 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And some room to run now. He may go. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Bengals are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point splits the uprights. And a rout is on here in this first half. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Charger drive about to get going. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? Like any of them, especially if it's a good receiver, that makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. A short one there to Freiermuth. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. That's complete to Hutchinson. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a 4th.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or a man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
In 2nd and inches at the 30-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Justin Herbert looking to pass. On the out route, this is Adams with a catch. Touchdown, LA! Davante Adams, 30 yards. And the Chargers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 35-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final game.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. That's complete to DK. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up the 3rd down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage because man coverage, particularly running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And he is going to have the Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
30-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 32-yard line.
Let's go now. Set.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he's got his man in stride, complete. That'll give him 8 that time. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
That's a gain of 8.
Makes
it 3rd and 8.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And a great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the 1st. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. 1st down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. A 33-yarder from the left. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Well, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this 2nd half, and they trail as we get back underway. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect 2nd half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. Herbert. Slant to Adams. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 2 catches in the 1st half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he'll be pretty well stopped at his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
From the gun, Herbert on third down. He's got this one to Hutchinson. He's brought down after a pickup of 5, but he needed 8. Fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. They snap it to Herbert. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Down. Set.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Oh, a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Come on, set. Black 40. Set. Go.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 165 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
60 red. 60 trouble. 38. Ready.
They'll set up to throw. The quick slant caught. And a hard tackle there as he'll go down after a gain of about 5. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Ready.
Looking to throw. And he'll take this into the end zone for Bengal TD. Chimere Dike, a 2-yard touchdown grab. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.